Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you the best secret mechanic in the game. This secret mechanic allows you to instantly integrate any vassal without having to wait 10 years, without spending any diplomana and without any diplo penalty. I've realized you liked the secret mechanic videos, the Bohemia and the England ones I uploaded more than any other videos I've done, and thank you so much for it. Now this one was actually hard to discover, I had to think so much about it, and if you wanna see more stuff like this, leave a like, a comment and subscribe. As I always say, before getting to the point where we can do the secret mechanic, we need to get past the early game. So I'm going to briefly explain it in this video, but however, if you need a more in-depth guide, you can always check my Byzantium guide or my Byzantium to Rome Grand Campaign. I'm going to do the normal stuff, picking religious state and primacy of the Genis, selling titles to trick my nobility, get some infantry there, and summoning the diet, getting this cheap guy, seize land, and call back all the infantry I was recruiting. Delete this fort, split this army, move the horses away, merging the navies and moving this army here. This is the state setup. Now let me recruit the free company and clicking on my both decisions. Build galleys, hire advisors, rival Venice and install them. Improve relations with these two guys, ally this guy, ally these guys, making Epirus and Genoa my rivals and declaring. Start improving relations with Muscovy, pick this option, go in debt, take the debt, but lose the bad privilege. Reject the union, focus mill, peace out Epirus, and wait until this guy passes away. Build one more navy, galley in Arta, reach 150 relations, encourage development, expand administration, dev twice with mill power. Click this mission and ask the Serbians for help. Get the money from the Serbians, pay loans, check if you can ally Muscovy, if you can, ally Muscovy, take strong duchies, break the alliance with Serbia, and take this option. Start improving relations with Epirus and Athens. Take this option if you wanna gamble some money, take this option if you wanna take the diplo power. When Alphonse passes away, recall your diplomat, currying favors with the Pope, complete these two missions, and wait 1 month tick to see if they let Naples go free. They did. Now wait 1 more month to see if you can rival Naples. Rival Naples, declare on them. Land your merc company in Rome, try to dodge the Neapolitan army, help the Pope fighting, peace out Naples, concentrate development, and start coding. Then click on this, root out corruption, as always, move all your armies to Constantinople and wait until the second set of galleys is done. Once the Renaissance spawns, encourage development on Morea and start developing. Complete both missions, hire the chief advisor, and embrace the Renaissance. Build 15 troops to repair the army, upgrade the cheap guy to level 2 and repair the army. Now wait until the Ottomans declare on some Asian guy, in this case Karaman, then declare on the Ottomans. Replace the cheap mill advisor if he's bad, try to offer knowledge sharing, assign a commander to your navy and move it to the strait. Barrage and seize down Gelibolu. Attack the Ottoman army if they cheated their way inside. Then assess the situation. Look at your army, look at their army. You're not going to beat them. AFK on the Balkan provinces. Peace out the Ottomans, repay every loan, and clear your rebels. Now reverse the downfall, consecrate a metropolitan in Morea, Commission a religious icon, any of them, I do St. Michael, take religious culture and complete these 2 missions. Build a church in Constantinople, ally the Mamluks, if possible ally Austria. Now declare on Serbia for the conquest of Kosovo. Peace out Bosnia, fully annex Serbia. Now concentrate development here and start coding every Serbian province after clicking on the mission. This mission, Vences at Bar, and take this, the first option that gives you core creation cost. Remember, not the Bulgarian province. Now we are going to release Bulgaria in Lignidos or Ohrid, and it's time for me to explain you the trick. First of all, we need this. We need to reform the Pronoia system. Why? Because this allows us to create client states. We are going to use them later in order to do the secret mechanic. Now we also need to release Bulgaria. As you can see, they will be released here in Ohrid and in Burgas. Now our next priority is stating this and completing these 2 missions, this one right here and the one that's still hidden right here. Why do we need these 2? This one is a key factor for the secret mechanic we're going to do later. So now we have to check the requirements for this one, and we need to grow at least by 10 states. So far we've only grown by 2, Northern Greece and Macedonia, so we are going to wait until we conquer some more states. However, I'll start explaining part of the trick. As you can see, Bulgaria is not yet an empire. As you might know, any Bulgarian main culture tag, be it Bulgaria or some client state, you start here, has a specific tier 1 government reform. They can pick either feudal nobility, autocracy, elective monarchy, or the Bulgarian Tsardom, I think it's called. This makes them an empire. But as you can see, they are not an empire. Why is this? Because if you check the government rank they have, just like you can check ours, you can see with what we've picked. We have Byzantine autocracy, but they then don't have any of them. Why is this? Because they haven't picked yet one. What do we do now? Well, for Bulgaria it's not important, but for any other subject you want these guys to be an elective monarchy in order to make the secret mechanic work. So what do we do to force these guys to be an elective monarchy? Nothing really. All you can do is to save scum. As you can see, they've picked Bulgarian Tsardom. This means we could Alt F4 and go back if we cared about these guys picking elective monarchy or not. As I said before, we don't care about Bulgaria, not so much. So you can either save scum this or just keep going because it's not that important. However, I've been save scamming a few times, and I'm pretty sure if the AI is able to pick any unique tier 1 government reform, such as Bulgaria, they are always going to pick said tier 1 government reform. So yeah, save scamming for Bulgaria to become an elective monarchy makes even less sense. But again, this doesn't matter. It only matters for every other subject we're going to do, but not for Bulgaria. We can just start improving relations with them. Now the Ottomans have allied Tunis, so I'm going to attack Tunis to true reset the Ottomans. Is out the Ottomans. Now for the idea picks. You can't see it yet, you'll see it later and I'll show it to you. But the second mission asks you to have 2 pronoyar subjects with, I think it's less than 5% liberty desire, but yeah, you can count it as 0. In order to do that, you could always, and I'm going to do this, pick influence as your first idea slot. Why? Only because of these 2 ideas. This one gives us liberty desiring subjects, and yeah, it's going to be very good in order to complete that mission. Once you complete that mission, you are not going to keep subjects alive for so much time anymore, so you can just always remove influence once you complete these missions, of course, for, I don't know, Diplo or whatever, maybe religious. Now, if you want to take something else aside from influence because you don't care about liberty desire of the first pronoyer subjects you have because you think you can manage it, and you're most probably right, so I'll give you that. You can pick some other ideas slot. Usually I'd recommend you admin as first, but as we are going to ignore the core creation cost because of this secret mechanic, we are going to have effectively 100% reduction on core creation cost. Then you should probably pick Diplo or religious instead. Now again, this is completely up to you, and you can pick any meme idea set such as naval and innovative for whatever reason, but yeah, Diplo might be the best pick if you're not going to take influence at first. Now that we've covered all of the Serbian provinces, we are of course going to half state this one, Serbia, and full state the one down there, at least full state Dardania. Then you can accept the Serbian culture. With these ones, we've now grown by 4 states. As soon as you can, complete this mission, of course, to change your bad Tier 1 government reform for a good Tier 1 government reform instead. My truce with the Ottomans is about to be over. I already pieced out Granada on the separate peace deal, so it's now time to piece out Tunis too. I'm going to make them break their alliance with the Ottomans and try to take as much provinces close to the Granadan provinces as possible, but without having in total more than 90 development. I'll explain more about that later. So as you can see, we have 25 on these provinces, and this means we can take 75 development from these provinces. So I'm going to make them break their alliance with the Ottomans, and taking these provinces, I'll be below 90 development. On who? On the client state I'm about to create with capital on Granada. I'm actually going to put the capital in Malaga, so it becomes a level 3 fort. Now this is very important. When you make your client state, you want to name them whatever, but they have to be a monarchy of your dynasty. This secret mechanic doesn't work if they have a local dynasty. Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but if they have your dynasty, it works 100% of the times. This only applies to when you create a client state, but to any vassal you release. Say now, instead of creating a client state, instead I just released Granada. Well, then Granada, no matter what dynasty they have, they would still be annexable by this secret mechanic. But we don't want to release Granada, we want to release a client state. Now just create the client state, customize them as you want, it doesn't matter at all, and assign every provinces you can to them, as long as they are still below 90 development. I mean, technically they could be below 100, but keep in mind they might develop a few provinces and go above 100. So 90 might be the sweet spot in order to avoid this happening. Now, just like this, we've granted everything we took to our vassal, client state vassal, Malaga. Before unpausing, just double check, they are below 100, they are on 90, so it's the perfect place where they have to be. Now, remember when I told you we did not need to save scum until Bulgaria picked elective monarchy? Well, we do need to save scum until these guys pick elective monarchy. Chances are 1 out of 3, so it's not very low. You won't need to save scum for most probably more than 2 minutes, so just go ahead and do it. As you can see, they've picked autocracy, but again, it doesn't matter. I will just save scum in order to them pick elective monarchy. There is it, they picked elective monarchy. Now, what do we do with this information? Nothing, for now, until we complete these two missions I mentioned you earlier. Also, as you can see, they are super loyal because they are a client state. Now I'm going to annex my first two subjects. Let's just send a gift to these guys. Start annexing both of them, Athens and Epirus, and make Athens be Orthodox. Truce with the Ottomans is over, meaning that we can declare on them already. Now, remember we've grown by already 6 states: Northern Greece, Macedonia, Serbia, Russia, Apulia and Calabria. We need 4 more. We've got here Bulgaria, Silistria and Albania. Then we need to take 1 more province from them, from Hud and Vendingar. With this we would be on, has grown by at least 10 states, and we will be able to go to the next part of our plan. But before starting the war, we have to land a pronoyar on Bulgaria. Then we're going to declare on the Ottomans for the reconquest of whatever. If you want to call in Austria, then call in Austria. You could also call in the Mamluks if they were willing to help you. Now, while we are at war and their liberty desire is lower, retract the right to inheritance to Bulgaria. Then, as soon as you can, send this pistol. Take every province back for Bulgaria, this one, and this one for you, and then these 3 also for you. Peace out the Ottomans. And now all you have to do is to core this province and these provinces right here. Then, as soon as the Kar, Niketas, Zimiskes passes away, then we will be able to complete this mission. On the meantime, what you should do is helping your client state with their rebels, because as you can see, they don't have cores on many provinces, but this is not an issue. After these provinces finish coring, then you can make them a territory, or how I call them, most call them, a half state. Then you can either conquer more or wait until the Bulgarian guy dies. As soon as the Bulgarian guy passes away, you will see this event, a throne inherited, and you will of course inherit all of their lands. Now you just have to state them, and we only need to get a level 2 mill advisor. Just hire one of them and complete this mission. Now this is very important. You need to take the first path, the centralized mission tree. If you click on this, decentralized, you won't be able to do this secret mechanic. So pick this and click on centralized path. Now you have to check the requirements for these missions. They're very easy to accomplish. You only need to have 2 pronoyars below 5% liberty desire. Now, how are we going to do this? First, we're going to check what else do we need. We need to have either 50% crown land or 6 generals. We don't have that much crown land, so we're going to hire 3 more generals, just like this. And now we have to get a second pronoyar, but we don't have one yet. Can we diplo-vassalize these guys? No, we can't. So we're going to just make another client state. I'll do it on Macedonia instead. Okay. Then save the game and save scum until they pick elective monarchy. I'm actually also going to do the same with a second client state, this time in Thessaly. Okay. Now that they've both picked elective monarchy, I can finally complete this mission. Well, let me click on these ones first. Reconquer Bulgaria, Hexamillion Wall, and promote the Emperor. Now, as you can see, we don't have this requirement done yet, but this is no problem, because we are going to make these two guys a pronoyer. Land a pronoyer here and land a pronoyer here. They might be a bit over 5% liberty desire. Let me just click dev once. And now we can click on control over the pronoyers. And we have to click on this, end their hereditary freedoms, making our pronoyers hereditary by default. Now, as you can see, this is pretty much all of our trick. These guys are non-hereditary yet, but they will be soon, because we clicked on this before completing the mission. And then retract the right to inheritance. The trick won't work this time, and now I'm going to explain why. As you can see, the Duke Eustratios Canavos is 19 years old. Now we retract the right to inheritance, and this doesn't change the ruler. Same goes for Alexios Palaiologos. We retract the right to inheritance, and this doesn't change the ruler. So they are not going to be inherited right now. We're going to inherit them later, no problem. Now, there's a different case. As you can see, the Duke Abad Palaiologos isn't a pronoyer. So this means that if we land a pronoyer right now, it will automatically become an hereditary pronoyer. And what does this mean? That the ruler will change. And if we click on confirm, then boom, we've inherited this throne. Now, as we've done it kind of fast, you see some of these provinces are not our core. What do we do? Well, you can either wait until they core these provinces, or you can just release another client state on this province and rinse and repeat the trick. Just wait until they are an elective monarchy and land a pronoyer. And this is how you can core every single province in the game, like this one, for no mana at all, because you don't use admin mana to core the province and either diplo mana to integrate the vassal. Also, as I've said on the video start, you don't have to wait 10 years to annex the vassal, because you never click on annex. All you do is retract the right to inheritance. And yeah, this is it. That's pretty much all of the trick. Now I have to tell you something. I save scammed a lot during this game, so this shouldn't be doable by the 70s, but it can easily be done by the 80s or the 90s. And as you can see, we don't need any special state, we don't need any special idea set, any game breaking abuse like government reform farm or max money thing. No, we don't need anything. All we need to do is to play a normal game, take this government reform and this mission, the first option of this mission. Now, that's all I have for you today, guys, and I really hope you liked it. I think this is an awesome trick, and if you did, if you liked it, let me know it by leaving a like, of course, commenting something like, yo, awesome trick, I loved it, and of course, subscribe if you may. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.